My name is Ashley, I'm 69 years old, and I never imagined that a single text message, just one cold, heartless sentence from the person I spent my entire life loving, could shatter me so deeply that I felt something inside me die. It was from my son. My only child. My flesh. My heartbeat. He wrote, "Mom, we need space from you. Please don't reach out anymore. At all." At first, I stared at those words like they were written in a language I didn't understand. Then the meaning hit me like a truck. My son didn't just want distance. He wanted silence. Erasure. Absence. He wanted a world where I didn't exist. But what he didn't expect, what nobody expected, was that the moment he abandoned me was the same moment I finally stood up, wiped my tears, and unleashed a revenge that nobody, absolutely nobody, saw coming. Because if they didn't want me in their lives, fine. Then they would see what life looks like without the person who held everything together. So sit tight, because I'm going to tell you everything, every betrayal, every tear, every moment of revenge, in my own words. The text message that broke me. I still remember the vibration of my phone. It was 7:14 a.m. I was watering my little cactus near the kitchen window, humming an old 70s song as the sun crept over the neighborhood. Then my phone buzzed. I smiled, always assuming it was from my son, Derek, or my daughter-in-law, Paige, maybe inviting me over or sharing another picture of my granddaughter, Lily. But when I opened the message, my stomach dropped. "Mom, we need space from you. Please don't reach out anymore. At all. No explanation. No compassion. No follow-up call. Just a digital knife stabbed once, clean and deep. I called. They didn't answer. I texted, "What happened? Are you okay? Did I do something wrong?" No reply. Seconds turned to minutes. Minutes turned to an hour. Then Paige texted me, "Ashley, we need space. Please respect that." That was it. No punctuation. No warmth. Nothing. I felt like someone had pulled the world out from under my feet. The silent collapse. I sat at the table, staring at the phone until my eyes couldn't focus anymore. I replayed every memory I had. I babysat Lily 3 days a week. I cooked meals for them when they both worked late. I helped with bills when Derek was laid off. I bought groceries for them for an entire year during COVID. I even loaned them $27,000 when their roof caved in, money they promised to repay but never did. And now they wanted space from me. It felt so absurd that I laughed, one of those broken, painful laughs that comes out of pure shock. But the wave of pain hit immediately after. My hands shook. My chest tightened. I felt dizzy. I didn't know a heart could physically ache so much. I realized something horrible. I had raised a son who saw me not as a mother, but as an inconvenience. My first attempt to fix it. For 2 weeks, I didn't hear a word from them. Not a text. Not a call, nothing. I baked cookies for Lily and left them on their porch with a note. They never mentioned it. I mailed a birthday card. It wasn't acknowledged. Finally, I drove to their house. Paige opened the door, crossed her arms, and blocked the entrance. "Paige, what happened? Please. Tell me." She exhaled like I was wasting her time. "Ashley, you're overbearing. We need space." "Derek agrees." "Overbearing?" I whispered. She shrugged. "I can't keep entertaining you. It's too much." A punch would have hurt less. I took a step back. "Can I at least talk to my son?" She shook her head. Then closed the door. In my face. That night, I didn't sleep. I made tea, but it tasted bitter. I turned on the TV, but the screen blurred through my tears. I walked around the house, touching the photos on the wall like they were ghosts. Then, around 2 a.m., something shifted inside me. A voice, my own voice, finally spoke up. "Ashley. Enough. Enough crying. Enough begging. Enough letting people treat me like I was disposable. I remembered who I was before life wore me down, a woman who raised herself from poverty. A woman who worked 43 years as a nurse. A woman who survived widowhood, illness, layoffs, surgeries, and heartbreak. A woman who had given everything, everything to a son who saw her as a burden. And suddenly, I felt calm. Dangerously calm. Because if they wanted space, if they wanted life without me, then I would give them exactly that. But not the way they expected. Remember that $27,000 loan I mentioned? Well, I had never written it off. I had proof, bank transfers, messages, everything. And since they no longer wanted contact, I filed a small claims case for repayment. Legally, they were cornered. Paige called me, panicked. "Ashley. Why are you doing this?" I answered calmly. "Sweetheart, you asked me not to reach out. I'm respecting that. This is strictly business." "But, we thought. You thought I'd keep letting myself be used," I said softly. "That's over." Paige's parents lived out of state. Their friends worked full-time. Childcare cost more than their mortgage. They had relied on me more than they realized. The day after filing the case, I received a message from Derek, "Mom, can you watch Lily on Thursday? We need." I didn't even let myself feel anything. I replied, "I'm sorry. You asked me not to reach out at all. I'm respecting your space." Good luck. 30 minutes later, he called. I let it ring. And ring. And ring. Then I turned my phone off and went to the garden center. I bought myself a new rose bush. For months, I had boosted their lives, liking every post, sharing every photo, bragging about them to friend, being their biggest supporter. Now, I disappeared from their digital world. I unfollowed quietly. Unfriended without drama. Removed their photos from my cover page. Their friends started asking them why I vanished. Derek tried reaching out again, but I ignored it. They wanted space. They were going to get it. Here's the thing. I'm not wealthy, but I'm not broke either. I have a fully paid house, $480,000 in savings, investments my husband and I built, my pension, my jewelry collection. My late mother's land in Vermont. All of that was originally meant for Derek and Lily. But betrayal changes things. I rewrote my entire will. I left everything to my niece, who always treated me with love, a charity that funds food for seniors, a scholarship for nursing students. And I left Derek, $1. Symbolic. Legal. Final. Babysitting costs crushed them. Paige had to quit her job temporarily. Money got tight. Very tight. The lawsuit forced them to pay me back in installments. Not huge payments, but enough to pinch. Then their car broke down. Then Lily got sick and they struggled to manage everything alone. People in their circles started asking why Derek's own mother wasn't helping. Paige cracked first. She showed up at my door, mascara running down her cheeks. "Ashley. Please. We need you." I looked at her calmly. "You asked me not to reach out at all. I'm respecting your boundaries." She collapsed into tears. "I'm sorry," she whispered. I stayed silent. Because apologies mean nothing without accountability. 2 days later, Derek came. His eyes looked tired, sadder than I'd ever seen. "Mom. I messed up," he said quietly. "I let Paige convince me you were too involved. But the truth is, we depended on you. And I took you for granted." I let him speak. He cried. Something I hadn't seen since he was 12. "Please. Can we fix this? Can we start over? I'm so sorry, Mom." And for the first time in months, I felt tears forming again. Not of pain, but of release. Here's the thing, I didn't want to destroy my son. I wanted him to understand my worth. I wanted him to learn the difference between expecting love and earning respect. And he finally had. So I told him, I forgive you. But things will never go back to how they were. I love you. But I'm no longer your safety net. He nodded, slow, accepting, whatever it takes, Mom. I'll prove myself. And that was my real revenge. Not money. Not silence. Not legal filings. My revenge was letting him feel life without me until he understood exactly what I had been giving all along. And now? He visits every week. He helps in the garden. He respects my boundaries. Paige treats me like an actual human being. And Lily, sweet Lily, runs into my arms again. I didn't lose my family. I rebuilt it. But this time, on my terms. If you're listening to this story, I want you to hear me clearly. Love is not slavery. Kindness is not an obligation. And being someone's mother does not mean you must allow yourself to be treated like a doormat. Sometimes the most powerful revenge isn't screaming or fighting. Sometimes the real revenge is walking away just long enough for people to realize you were the glue holding everything together. And when they come back, if they come back, you decide what version of yourself they get to meet. Because at 69 years old, I learned something priceless: if someone wants space, give it to them. Give them so much space that they finally see how empty life is without you.